Okay, welcome.
Welcome.
You are now going to be exposed to the exact duplicable recipe on how to build an organization of 70,000 people. I've never written it down, not every step, but I'm doing this for 7K and our members of 7K. I only taught it in my last business, and if you didn't make my training sessions, then you missed out on some integral parts of it. So I'm going to start with a little bit of information because, see, it's key to every success that you have in your future because of some people's preconceived ideas about the network marketing industry. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've given you all what is called business comparisons. And I will have this all imprinted, but this is part of that MBA study that I did of the network marketing industry before I ever got into network marketing. Because I was evaluating buying several franchises. Because I knew that I needed a way out of the corporate job, just over broke, slave, working for somebody else. And you look at category A, and that's a franchise or standard start up your own business, and you're talking about of a minimum of $30,000 to $1 million in cash, anywhere in there, that you got to have at hand or put yourself in hock for that just to start opening the business. That's not making any money. That's just to open the doors. Well, not many people have that. Agree? So let's look at what people who are in jobs, or maybe don't have a job, or in between jobs, or even on Social Security, and going to Walmart to make ends meet. Being a greeter, if they're lucky to be that, right? Well, the network marketing industry is that industry. And so now you have an industry that's created more millionaires in America than any other. Why? Because it's free enterprise. It's a simple concept. They have a product, they want to get it to the marketplace, and you and I are the television advertisement, the radio advertisements, the newspaper advertisement, the magazine advertisement. They pay in commissions what a normal company would have to pay in advertising. Well, not all network marketing companies pay that amount of money that a traditional company would pay in. Now, in the history of network marketing, many companies, nearly every telecom company started as a network marketing company. Hello? Why? Because it's the cheapest way to start your business. And you get people telling people about it, and they establish a big network, and then they go traditional. But that didn't, you may have made some money on the way, you may have some cheap phone calls, you may have some cheap long distance calls, you may have those kind of things, but it didn't give you a residual income. There are many companies that get into network marketing to establish their business. That's not necessarily the kind of company you want to get with. You want to get with a company that's going to last for a long time, instead of making just an income for a little bit of while. So they got to have a unique product, a patentable product, or a position in the marketplace that's demonstrably different than any other traditional retailer. Now you're getting to see a little bit of my old MBA come out of me, huh? And my years of corporate development of business coming out of me. When I tell you I did a Harvard MBA study of the entire network marketing industry, I studied 50 years of network marketing. And I know that the very first company was Shackley, not Amway, like most people are under the misconception of. Now, so let's look at, forget about any other way of going into business, because they're all too expensive, are out of the way, And if you come up with the right idea, you'll probably be beat out of it by the patent lawyers or the crooks in the industry, and you won't end up with a dime anyway, and you had the patent idea. Now, trust me, there's a lot of that out there too. So let's get real. If you want to own your own life financially, network marketing is the only way you can do it. So now let's look at it. Household and general use products. Normally you're going to have about $500 to $1,000 just to start the business. And you're going to have to pump about $150 in it every month using some kind of products. And you're going to have to get your people to buy more expensive products than what they're buying at Walmart. That's what you're going to have to get them to do. And Amway became very successful at doing that. But they had some very unique products, some of them, not all of them. And they made a lot of people wealthy. Shaklee had some very unique vitamins that weren't generally on the market, and they were patented. And they made a lot of people wealthy. But it took them years. I'm not talking 2 to 3 years. I'm talking 5 to 10 years. The people who made it big in those other companies took them at least 10 years to develop a market. And they didn't put in just 5 to 10 hours part-time. They worked at it like if they were running a franchise that they had sunk $1 million in, and it was either sink or swim. So you really look at the case histories of those that were successful, and you find out that that's the real truth. Then you look at personal care products. Now, everybody knows about Avon. Everybody knows about Mary Kay. Everybody knows about several other I can, name. I got involved with one, New Skin International, 1991. Company started in 1994. Everybody knows about Melaleuca, right? It made tons of millionaires out of people. But one thing I didn't do is I joined New Skin after its momentum growth period. And even though they kept saying they're going to create another wave of momentum, they never did. They went into nutrition, they just divisionalized, expanded their business. They never went through another wave of momentum. All companies only go through one wave of momentum. And if you want to look and see where these millionaires that became millionaires, they were all involved in the company pre-momentum and through momentum, and then they stuck with it afterwards. They became millionaires. So it's business cycle. So you want to get with a ground floor opportunity that's got a high degree of success or probability of becoming a billion-dollar company. That's how you can become outrageously wealthy without a lot of experience. Timing. Anybody ever heard of those things? That's what it is. Well, let's look at telecommunications and technology. Oh, does everybody ever remember the telephone industry? Yeah, remember the telephone cards, long distance cards? You know how many binaries came up? I do, because I lost half my business to the first one. Telecom company, binary, made money quick and get cheap phone calls. And if people in your industry, and they could do 1/5 the work and spend 1/5 the money, save money on their phone calls, and make twice the money, which one do you think they're going to spend more time in? Your deal or their deal? Yeah. So I lost half my organization, and I had to rebuild it again. And I couldn't really argue with them, except I wasn't willing to do, I was hard-headed back then. I wasn't willing to make a switch. Okay. But one of the reasons I wasn't willing to make a switch is I knew about telecom companies. Anybody ever heard of WorldCom? It started as a network marketing company, one of the largest companies in the industry. One of the largest telecommunications companies in the world. But it converted from a network marketing company to a traditional company. And then it went what? Bankrupt. They didn't know how to financially manage the company. A bunch of network marketers thought they knew how to be businessmen. Duh. Okay. Technology products and communication companies will never make you a fortune because they're always obsolete before they get started. So that's why I never did those deals. Why? Because in my corporate world, heck, I knew about these daggum stupid phones you got in your hands back then. They just weren't ready to put them on the marketplace. I told my wife about touch technology in Japan before it ever even became talked about in the industry. You know, where you touch the screen and things happen. I saw that back in the early 90s, late 80s. Technology companies have years of products they got 20 years of products on the shelf. They just want you to buy the newest one, and then later they come out with the 8. Then later they come out with the 9. How many iPhones they had? Duh. Never get in a technology company or communication company if you want to make a residual income. So let's come to wealth and health products. Wealth and health is pretty good. That's a good combination. But no company has ever survived. There's been a good chance at it. I was with one. It was wealth and health. It built on wealth, gold, and silver. Then it tried to incorporate health, which was doing real well. But it was, again, a bunch of people who didn't know how to, it was a broke pastor. What the heck he know about making business? He run a potentially billion-dollar company into the ground, and otherwise it'd still be going today. Gross mismanagement. Well, let's talk about the greatest thing that's going on now. It's called referral marketing, because they're taking advantage of technology and they're not doing the old networking where you actually go out and sign applications, sell, and do things. You just make a referral. You have your own website. People sign up on your website. They automatically link to you. Wow. Corporate overhead goes down, called GS&A. Those companies have a high propensity or chance of making the next billion-dollar companies. Now, some health companies have given it a shot, but they don't make the same amount of money. I know a few of them right now, but I chose not to do those companies. Why did I do that, Andy? Because recruiting the same amount of people, spending the same amount of money, I can make 7 times the money in this one and half the time than it takes me in that one. So when you really find out about it, which one you ultimately going to do? And everybody always wants a product as good as gold and silver, don't they?
That's right.
And we got the best product in the world, gold and silver. So enough said about the industry, because first of all, you'll find out later that you've got to understand network marketing, that it is the opportunity of a lifetime for the average American, for the housewife, for the family that's trying to pay the bills. They run out of money before the month is over, right? Well, the truth is, above average success in network marketing requires 3 essential things, among others. Now, I just gave you some of the others. Right company, right product, right marketing. But I'm going to tell you, these are absolutely the most 3 essential ingredients. Belief in the profession, I just gave you enough information, and you don't have to provide it. I'm going to be providing it to you on a regular basis in writing, and then you pass it down to your network. That's very duplicatable. So I don't want you going out and doing research, because number one, you're not qualified to do it. And I don't want you passing on any information you find, because you're outside the recipe, and you're destined for failure, because you're creating duplicatability in something you don't know anything about. So do not go doing any of your own research and pass it on. You can share it with me if you want, and if we agree with it, then we'll pass it on to everybody else, because I'm not saying I catch everything. I can't. I'm human, just like everybody else is. And I don't know everything. I learn all the time from other people. But I'm saying what I do know is how to build a successful network marketing organization, and that is duplication, and that is belief in the profession, and you must possess it. You must possess that belief. Now, Woodrow's already got it. Why? Because he already made more money part-time than he did in his full-time job that he worked for over 35 years in. So he already knows it's a fact. Number two, you, and I'm talking to you, each one of you, you have to have belief in the business building system itself. Now, whose system is it? It's my system. You gotta have belief in my system. You don't have belief in my system, then you go create your own system, and then you do it your own way. But don't come telling me it don't work until you're doing my recipe. I know my recipe works. Okay? Now the company has a system. And if you notice and you watch the company system, it's very aligned with my system. Okay? So really great people who have done it before, there's a lot of similarities as long as they're doing it to help other people. If they're doing it to make money off of you, they're just putting all the foo-foo words in there to sell you some training system. And it isn't really how they did it. It took me thousands and thousands of dollars to find that out. And then trying their systems, which they lied about. Okay? That's the second. Third is belief in the fact that you can do this. You can do this. Until you believe you can do this, you're your only stumbling block. Get up in the morning every day, and now you're getting to see the system. Every day, and those that don't take every day and read attitude, like I've told you, every single day. This is the thing you do 7 days a week, not 5. Read Attitude by Chuck Swindoll. My young children could recite it before they got to the refrigerator door, because that's where it was hanging when I was doing network marketing and becoming successful. If I read it, you need to read it. That's what we're working on, our attitude for ourselves. So what's the next thing you got to do? You got to make a commitment. You make a commitment to yourself. You're not making a commitment to anybody else. You're making an internal commitment to yourself. You're going to commit 5 to 10 hours a week in this business, and you're going to give you 2 years. 1 year to learn. Even if you never make a check, if you complain, you bellyache, you bitch, you just reset your time clock, because your attitude isn't straight. You got to go to college 4 years, and you're not earning any money. You're going deeper in debt. And I'm telling you to take a 101 Millionaires class with me for 2 years. And you're going to earn while you learn. Now that's pretty powerful. So if it took you a whole year to make that first $500 check, you way ahead of the ball game. And if you're already working, paying income taxes, you're really ahead of the ball game, because you got cash in addition. silver money you're going to already get back. And you got 12 silver coins. And you got to ask somebody about that. 1 year to learn. 1 year to earn. 3 to 5 years then to build a huge business. Well, you should have all the skills, attitudes, and techniques available that when this company is positioning, going into momentum and going through their 2 or 3 year cycle of momentum, you can capitalize on that because you then now have the skills, attitudes, and techniques, and you're a master at the recipe. That's the key. You won't even have to refer to it anymore. So I tell you exactly what your job description is. Remember this one? Okay, what do you have to do in those 5 to 10 hours? Number 1, you have to build a list of 100 people. That's the first thing you do. Well, the first thing is you make your commitment of 5 to 10 hours. That's the first thing you do. 1 year to learn, 3 years, 3 to 5 years to build a big business. That's the first thing you do. Second thing you do is make your list of at least 100 people. Now, you're going to work on this list until you get 500 people on that name. But all I want you to do is come up with a list of 100 people. Okay? Names, telephone numbers, emails. And then we're going to get started in a business. And now I'm going to give you the recipe tonight of what we're going to do. So those of you who've been working on your list, you're about ready to get empowered to really what to do. Okay? I want you, now that's your first job. That takes a little bit of time. I do admit it. But don't try and sit down and come up with 100 all in one day, or spend an hour or two on it. But in your first week, you should spend your 5 hours there. Okay? And also on number 3, which is watch a video, read self-help books, read the Bible once a day, every day for 15, 20 minutes. Why do I say read the Bible, Welton? Because every principle of success that it takes comes from the Bible, from the Word. Every person that teaches success, my mentor was Jim Rohn. He got all his principles from the Bible. Barry Maxwell got all his principles from the Bible. I just go on and on and on. Every successful person that teaches success, they all attribute it to where it originated from, the Bible. And you're going to get my 7 P's, and you'll then understand. Patience, priority, perseverance, persistence, they're all in the Bible. Priority, prosperity. Okay, but you got to spend 15 minutes every day. So half an hour to an hour you spend watching the videos on your website, looking at training videos, whatever. That's it. And then attend an opportunity meeting like this, or give one. You might be starting a business in Tennessee, so you start your own if it's just you and your partner. Okay? And then if you're not given one, can't attend one, your job is to get on a conference call. They only last 15, 20 minutes. They're every night, Monday through Thursday, and every day, Monday through Thursday, at noontime. So you got lots of opportunity for somebody to tell me, oh, I didn't get to make one this week. You're the problem. You got to find the time for success, I'm telling you. You got to make it a priority. It don't make a priority for you. You got to make it a priority. And then you learn how to expose or touch. I call it touching. Expose the business to 5 people a day, kind of like I did with you. Dwayne, dropping a coin in your hand, giving you a pass, passing out your card. I'll teach you every technique there is, that what I call the touches. Now the best way is some of the things I'm going to get in tonight. The best way is always person to person. And it's where you show in the plan. You're sitting there watching a video with them in person. Okay? Now, that is your job description. That's extremely duplicatable, and everybody understands it, right?
Attend the meeting.
Huh?
Attend the meeting.
Yeah, that's attend a meeting once a week. Okay, that was part of it. Here we have a meeting, so your job is to attend this meeting once a week. You're going to get your best learning here after the meeting. Okay. Congratulations. You just joined the opportunity of your lifetime. 7kmetals. Now I'm going to teach you the 7 steps for success starting tonight. Step 1, and everybody's got a homework to do. Now you should be able to do this in less than 15 minutes. But I want every one of you to do this sitting in this room if you want to make a residual income, no matter if it's 1,000 or 7,000 a week for the rest of your life. It's 7K because it's available to you. I want you to write the 7 reasons why you join 7K. What are your 7 goals? Written down, specific, measurable, timely, attainable, and it's okay to say I want to earn $1 million. That is perfectly okay, because I'm one to tell you it's very attainable with this company, with their comp plan. That's step 1. Step 2. If you've got one of these phones, or you got home phones, but it doesn't matter if you got both of them, you do the same thing. If you got a smartphone, they already all do conference calling or 3-way calling. Your home phones, they're easy to have it. If you've never used it, or you don't have it on your phone, get it set up on your phone. Your job is to learn how to do a 3-way with you and your wife. And a recorded call. You got a lot of recorded numbers that we got at 7K, so you can hook her up, go call a recorded number, get it recording going, put it on hold or pause or add another call or whichever your system adds. Call your wife or call your home number, and you get an answer machine and you hook your answer machine. Learn how to do a 3-way call if you want to make a residual income and big money. If you can't do a 3-way call, you just put handcuffs on you and your business. Okay? So that's your job. I'm not giving you something that's hard to do. Trust me, if I'd have told Woodrow this 10, 20 years ago, he'd say, man, I can't do this for the beginning. I can't even open and turn on the computer. Well, guess what? Woodrow uses laptops, uses telephones. Well, your job is to learn how to do a call, a 3-way, how to do it and become excellent at it. That means you don't make mistakes. You join somebody in, you hook them in, you're there. It's a real simple process, trust me. Once you do it 2 or 3 times, it almost becomes automatic, you know. But that's step 2. Francis, I'm getting detailed enough? Okay, step 3. You should have completed your list of 100 names now. And those 100 names have to have phone numbers and emails attached to it. Otherwise, it's not complete. But if you got 50, we can still get started. But I want 100, because you're going to build that list to ultimately 500. And actually, you know much more than 500. And I'll teach you. If you really want to make the big bucks, you'll get lists of 2,000 and 3,000. I don't ever know. We'll teach you how to do it. You know them. You just don't know you know them. Okay? You don't know how to pull them out. But if you go through my routine of spending 15 minutes concentrated, focused, turn your phone on silent, put it away, don't look at it every time it dings. You are focusing on building your list, trying to think, using the memory joggers, building that list. And at first it starts with a name that comes into the brain. Then you might have to do some research to get the email and a telephone number. Okay, but once you've got that, that's your gold mine. How many times have I told you your list is how you build a business? And that's the easy thing to do and the easy thing not to do, and everybody thinks they can do it in their head. And only the people who are immensely successful build a list. And I'm not asking you to do something I have never done. I'm asking you to do everything that I've done. And I know it works. So if you want to make the big mega bucks before this company goes into momentum, you follow this recipe. You do not prejudge as you're making this list. You just go through, write down names of everybody that comes in your mind. People you went to first grade with. Oh man, I remember them. Said, pull my hair all the time when I was sitting behind them, or patted me on the head, or kicked me in the side. She didn't like me, or whatever. I don't care what brings the name to your mind. Write it down. And then put that little jogger, first grade, kicked me all the time. Yeah. Then when you go back, you'll be able to find the name and the number. Okay? Now, step 4. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
You remember I tell you that everything comes in sevens? There's a reason for that. Sevens in the Bible a lot, isn't there? Oh, wow. Amazing. Everything comes in sevens. Step 4. Now I want you to take a look at your list, and I want you to start prioritizing your list. We're still not going to make any prejudgments, but we're going to prioritize. I want you to use a star or an asterisk. I don't care what you use, check mark, star, asterisk. Just be consistent so you know what it means. Okay? And what you're going to do is I'm going to have your 7 questions or 7 attributes of a person. And what you do is you place an asterisk or a star by that person's name. And you go down and you say, are they a risk taker? Put an asterisk there. If they're not, or you don't know, then just leave it blank, right? Are they a self-starter, getting things going, don't need to be prodded, pushed, Put an asterisk by it. Or do they have a high level of credibility with their friends and family? I had a high level of credibility with my friends and family as a corporate executive, didn't I? So the first time I did network marketing, I had a high level of credibility. I was the only person to graduate from college on both sides of my family, my mom and my dad. So I had a high level of credibility, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
With my broke family. Most of them didn't graduate from high school. I helped them make a ton of money. Those that joined me. They seem to always be busy. You ever know somebody that, they never had time for anything. They're always busy, right? But asterisk by their name. Number 5. They're an entrepreneur. They just love starting up businesses, doing things, getting things going, keep trying. That didn't work. They'll start this. They keep doing that. Put an asterisk by their name. They make a lot of money, but they don't have much free time. I was in that category, and I was on everybody's chicken list. Can you believe that? Just the person that should have brought an opportunity to. They make a lot of money, or they used to make a lot of money, but they don't make a lot of money anymore. Put an asterisk by their name. They need an opportunity bad, don't they? So that's 7 traits or characteristics of individuals. Now, go back to your list and everybody that has 5 stars or 5 asterisks by their name, that becomes your top priority work list. That's the one we're going to take through every step of this. And we're never going to give up with them. We're going to be following up with them 3 years from now. But I'll teach you how to do it without annoying them. Okay? I'll teach you how to do it like I do. And I told y'all last week, I just sponsored in somebody. I shared this business the night we left this meeting. I called this young lady, and she said no. I followed. I went through every step of my system with her, and each time she said no. I kept sending her information. I kept following up with her according to my system. She called me. I'm ready to do 7K. I saw your video. I should have done this in November. Now, I've trained this young lady. I'm not going to tell you who she is, because I really believe she's going to be making $7,000 a week. She is so committed, and she is so hungry to learn. And I asked her to make a list of her 500. She called me today. She has 950 people on her list. So don't tell me it can't be done. Is she hungry, George?
Absolutely.
I gave her this training this afternoon before this video. So she got a little head start on it. Okay? Okay, you should have probably about 20 or 30 people on your list. Okay? Now you're ready to truly start inviting the right way. See, we were in pre-launch. So I was just trying to get people involved, get people positioned, get people done. Very much like I did the first time. I didn't start teaching until later. I started teaching about timing, network marketing. You remember that, George? I didn't start giving all this because I developed it as I went. Okay? And then I started teaching it after I did it. So, you're ready to start inviting. You're ready to get your prospects, your contacts, to look at 7K and give them a chance to change their lives and participate in a true opportunity of a lifetime. That's what you're doing. You're sharing an opportunity of a lifetime with everybody you know. Okay? So now you're ready to go into the true sponsoring process that's duplicatable. You go ahead and you go through these 7 steps that I'm giving you now. Every one of you got a list. So you got to make sure you do this. Because everybody from here on out has got to go step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. First thing, and y'all have heard me teach this and preach this for so many times, that sponsoring is not an event, it's a process. If I'd have given up on this young lady after the first 3 months, she wouldn't be in the business now, would she? She's in the business now. It's a process. Their no today may be a yes tomorrow or next year. So you're ready to start the 7 steps of sponsorship. What are 7 steps of sponsorship? First is the initial contact. Okay, that's that touch that we talked about many times, and I've given trainings on. Second is the follow-up. It's that call, that phone. What did you like best about my video that you saw? Well, why? You're going to be able to determine if they saw the video, and most people won't lie to you. And if they didn't, then you need to learn how to say, look, I'm really excited about this opportunity. It's going to change my life financially. I really would value your opinion. So would you just watch this 15, 18-minute video for me and tell me what you think? I just want you to watch the video for me and tell me what you think. Will you commit to do that tonight so I can call you tomorrow and you can give me some feedback? See how simple? That's what I kept following up with this young lady ever since I produced that video to make 7K. Because all I wanted to do was watch that one video. Then she went back and watched everything. Okay. Okay. So, number 3, follow up and provide info to answer questions. What are you not supposed to do? You're not supposed to explain, and you're not supposed to answer questions. If you start explaining and you start answering questions over the phone, you just prevented that person from learning about the opportunity of their lifetime. It's your fault. David, you don't explain a thing. If you explain something, you did it wrong. That's how to fail. What you do is you say this, regardless of what their question is. You know, that is a great question. I've got professionals on my team that will be able to answer that for you in a short little video. I'm going to send you a link, because if I try to answer it, I'm so excited, I'll just botch it all up. You send them a link. That's why I teach you to look in your back office, know every one of your videos, know what they say, and learn how to share a link to answer a question or an objection. I will give you the how-to, just like I just did, and the script. You must read from scripts until you know it by heart that you don't have to read from scripts. If I read from scripts, what do you think you should do? Right. Don't use your words. You will fail. Use words that work. Now, if I appear a little harsh, I'm sorry. I just know what it means to succeed and what it takes to succeed. I'm not trying to get the best friend award. You know, my best teachers were my hardest teachers. And I learned from them. My easy teachers, well, we could skate through and make an A. I didn't learn crap from them. That's true. Unless I went and did it all myself. Well, I wanted to succeed, David, so I did it myself, despite the teacher. Okay? But not many people are made up like me. I'm a type A personality. I admit it. I'm sorry. But that's what gives me the drive that I get. And you better be glad I got it, because I'm your teammate. Okay? Now, number 4, you show the plan. Okay, what is the plan? The videos. The video shows the plan. You don't do it. And so by getting them to commit to watch that video and making sure they did watch that video, you've now finally shown the plan. Now, you may not have to do the other steps. If they watch it and you call them up and they say, what do you like best about it? And they say, making $7,000 a week. And you say, Do you see any reason not to get started right now? And shut up. Don't say another word till they talk. I mean, dead silence on the phone. Do you realize that? He who speaks first loses. Don't say a word. You ask the question. The only thing you're allowed to do if it goes past 1 minute, and y'all watch your 60 seconds, repeat the question. They may not have heard you and put them in shock. Do you see any reason not to get started now, John? Right? Okay, that's it. Now, if they give you a objection or reason like, I don't have any money, or, you know, oh, I love that one because I don't have any money. You need it worse than I thought, John. I didn't know you didn't have any money. You really need it bad. You need to get started now. Okay, so you may be able to skip between these 7 here. You may not have to go through all 7. You may jump to a 3-way call. Okay? Because after the show to plan, you have a 3-way call invitation. You know, so you say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. Hey, let me hook you up with some of our teammates, with the leader of our team, and let's see if it answers all your questions or reservations. And you hook them up with me or George, right? In a 3-way call. George and I are the only ones in this company can do this business right now, can do a 3-way call with this group. Okay? That clear? I don't want y'all doing 3-way calls with anybody down. You're not ready. Till you're making $1,000 every week and you get into my advanced training, you aren't ready to do a 3-way call with somebody else, for somebody else. Okay? You don't have to put them on with George and I to make a 3-way call. You've got a recorded number 24/7. That is a latest recorded number, and it's on your website, front page, right there. That telephone number's there. You can call that number anytime, 24/7. You can hook them into this 3-way call, and if they don't have about 15 minutes, ask them, you got 15 minutes now? No. When will you have 15 minutes? I'll call you tonight at 8, and we'll hook up for 15 minutes. And I'll hook you in with some of the leaders in our business so you can see if that doesn't answer the objection. Well, why don't you tell me, David? I'm too excited about this whole opportunity. I'm afraid I'd botch it up. And if you don't learn that line, shame on you. And if you're embarrassed by saying that, shame on you. Because you've got to have some humility. You don't know everything about doing this business because you've never really done it until you've built a large organization. And that's a fact. Okay? So you hook them into the 3-way call, or you got a webinar on Wednesday night. This company has more tools than I've ever seen in my entire life to just be kicking off. So that means we're going to go through momentum pretty fast here in this company. When people start learning how to use tools and duplicating through this system, we're going to go through momentum fast. Okay. 6 is actually first is the 3-way call invitation. That's a separate step. Second is actually do the 3-way call, right? And then y'all know nothing about this part yet because this is part of my later training, but you will get it in your steps. But number 7 is the 3-way call game plan. Now I'm introducing it to you already and you don't know it, but there's a 3-way call game plan, and we'll get that and how to do it, and I'll have the scripts for you when you're ready to use that. Okay? So let's start with step 1, initial contact. So we can't go through all 7 steps tonight. It would take too long, right? So we're going to get you started tonight so everybody can get started. Initial contact. So this should take no longer than 30 seconds. If you're using my little coin drop skip, it takes a little longer than 30 seconds sometimes, but most of the time about 30 seconds. Give a card and it's done. That's number 1. Number 2 is by phone. Number 3 is by text. Number 4 is by email. Number 5 is person to person. And if I think of some more, I'll get 7 in there. But right now, that's all I got for our current technology. Okay, no. Number 6 I did have is Facebook. Number 7 is Instagram. I got 7. I knew I'd get our 7 in there. It's 7. You got to have 7 for everything, you know.
Number 4 was what?
Text. Okay, 4 was in person. Remember I told you in person, belly to button? Okay, number 1 is coin drop. Number 2, by phone. Number 3, by email. Number 4, in person. Number 5, by text. Number 6, by Facebook. Number 7, by Instagram. I'm going to put it in writing for y'all. Okay? Okay, let's go. Your initial contact script. I just started a new home-based business, and I am going to make a ton of money. I thought about you, and I want you to take a look at it. Will you watch a 15 to 18-minute video for me tonight? Well, what is it? That's why I want you to watch the video. I'll send you a link. You see? You stick, you never do anything but get them to watch the video. And you're going to send them your link. That's one script, right? Okay, let's move to the next. To the next thing is my other scripts that I gave y'all. I taught this before, but I just gave you a basic script. It's what I call a prime script. New home-based business or new internet business. I like new internet business because I just started a new internet business. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to make a ton of money. That's why I thought about you. Would you watch a 18-minute video for me? You know, tonight? Now you got to say it like I just said it. You don't say, "Hey Jim, I just started an internet business tonight, and I'm gonna make a lot of money. Would you watch an 18-minute video for me tonight?" Is there a difference between, "Hey Jim, man, I just started a new internet business. I'm gonna make a ton of money. Would you watch an 18-minute video for me tonight?" Huh? That's how you learn how to say that. Every time. Okay? So, I have given you a set of processing scripts, and I started you off with 6 of them. Okay? I will give you the 7th. I gave you the 7th ahead of time. That's that generic one. Okay? So there is 7, and I got tons more. But that comes a little later in the next part. Okay? And you do it exactly this way, not the generic way. You call a person up on your list. Who do you start with? First person on the top of the list, or that top 20 or 30 with the 5 star? That's who you start with. You start with those ones with the 5 stars on it. That's the first ones you start with. Now, if you really want to do it the way I did it, I started with my friends and family first. And what I did is I called them up and said the same thing, but look, hey, look, I'm just calling you out of respect. I'm giving you first chance to say no, but I don't want you coming to me 2 years later and say I didn't tell you about it when I'm making a ton of money. Because anybody that gets in is going to be under you, and I'm going to make sure they're there. And then I'm sharing it with you before I share it with anybody else. And I'm going to the next family member after you. And so if you change your mind and get in later, you're going to be under them if they get in. Now, that's the way I like doing it. That's what I taught you. So, I'm not going to teach that one again. That's your friends and family. I mean, your family. Both sides. Husband side and wife side. Prospecting. Hi, Jim. How things going? Now, you're going to be quick on this. This is not to have a discussion. You have a purpose for this call. Doesn't matter what they say, unless they say, man, I just had a hospital or somebody just died. Brakes on. Okay? That's the only thing that puts brakes on. Somebody's in some trauma. Now, lost their job, having problems, kid got drug problems. You just keep going. That's not traumas. They need this opportunity. Okay? Only a death or surgery, or they just got diagnosed with cancer, you know, those kind of things. I don't think I have to teach that, hopefully. There is a time you put the brakes on, okay? Okay. So, hey, Jim, how things going? You kind of listen for a second. Hey, look, I just have a minute, so I'll get right to the point because I know your time is valuable also. Then you choose any one of these 6 scripts that I have. I don't care. You choose the one you like best. You can rotate them. First one, Jim, if I ran into something that was really hot, would you want me to tell you about it or not? What do you think most people are going to say, Walter? Yeah. Okay. Then, what do? You give them the link and ask them to watch the video, and you'll get back with them tonight or tomorrow. Okay? Script number 2, Jim, do you make enough money? And if they say no, I knew you were the right person. I want you to take a look at a video on my website and tell me what you think. That's it. Send them the link. Say, I'll text it to you, I'll email it to you. You send them the link, and you tell them to watch the 4 videos, right? That's it. Script number 3. Jim, have you ever thought about developing a second income stream? They say yes. Great. I want you to take a look at this super business that I just started with. I want your opinion about it. I didn't tell him to get in, did I? I want your opinion, but would you watch an 18-minute video for me? Send him your link. Get them to watch the video. Script number 4. Now, if you've noticed these scripts, they each have a trait associated with it. Remember the traits I got you to kind of star? That's how I select which one I'm going to use with a person. You know, or I just use the last one at the end. Okay? I typically use the last one at the end majority of the time. I try not to use these little short things. 4. Jim, have you ever thought about going into business for yourself? Who's that for? That entrepreneur, right? Keeps trying new businesses, right? Yeah. Great. I got something I want you to take a look at. Takes you about 18 minutes. Watch this video and tell me what you think about it. Send them the link. I'll call you tomorrow or tonight. You set the time you're going to call them. Jim, if you could double or possibly even triple your current income in the next 3 to 5 years, would you be interested in knowing more? Yes or no? And you be quiet until they answer that question. And if more than 30 seconds go by, Jim, yes or no? Or repeat the question. Exactly. But if they say, well, what it's all about? Yeah, super. I want you to watch an 18-minute video, and I'm going to send you a link right now and explain everything. You never explain a thing. I'm not even telling them it's gold and silver. Do y'all realize that? Okay, 6. Now this is one I use the most. I admit it. Hey, Jim, I just got started a new home-based internet business, and I'm going to make a ton of money. I thought of you and want you to take a look at it and tell me what you think. Would you take 18 minutes of your time and watch 4 short videos on my website that I send to you? Now, I put a note here for you. Note, if you do not have their email address or cell number, now is the time to ask. Give me your email address and cell number. Maybe you're calling them on their home number. And I will text it to you. Now you've accomplished 2 things. You got their cell number, and you're able to text them. Or you got the email number, and you can email them. Okay? Then I will call you tomorrow so you can tell me what you think. Now, this is the script I use, y'all. I've used these others, but very occasionally. I mostly use number 6 for this business. If you are asked any questions, then this is exactly what you say. The greatest thing about my new business is I don't have to explain anything or answer any questions, which I would most probably butcher it up. I have qualified professionals to do all the explaining and answer the questions for me. I'll send you a link, and it takes 18 minutes of your time. I don't have my script. Where's it at? Well, see, I read my scripts too, y'all, and I haven't done them enough that I know them again. I don't have the end of that one.
It's
It'll be on the back. We printed it out. We have.
What's it say? Read it for me. I want the camera to get it.
I don't want to butcher this up. That's why I asked you to watch the videos, as I have qualified professionals to explain things and answer questions for me in this business.
Here, hand me yours, please. I got to do it for the video here. I'll have to edit. I didn't want to edit this video, but I have to. Yeah. Okay. Qualified for. Okay. Let me just start this one over again. Okay. This section. If you're asked any questions, then this is what you say. Use only these words. The greatest thing about my new business is I don't have to explain anything or answer any questions, which I would most probably butcher it up. I have qualified professionals that do that for me on the videos. That's why I'm asking you to watch the videos. So now you've explained to them why you want them to watch the video. Now, I'm telling you what this really does. This starts the duplication process. You're planning subconsciously in their mind that they don't have to answer questions, they don't have to learn to explain things, that all they got to do is the same thing that was done to them. And every time they ask you a question, you send them back a link. Cognitively, it's a process called cognitive dissonance, but they learn the process of duplication through your process of sharing. That was one great thing I got out of my MBA program, cognitive dissonance, that applied to dissonance. Never mind, I'll take that, forget it, Francis, later, okay? Y'all got to remember, I am doing this for the videos. Let's hold questions later. I'm going to provide it in my words. My words are the ones you use. Or, I'll give you always a second alternative. Jim, I don't want to butcher this up. That's why I asked you to watch the videos, as I have qualified professionals to explain things and answer questions for me in this business. Real simple. Get them to commit to watching the video, and then you set the follow-up. Now remember this. Your job is not to explain the business or answer questions about the business. Your job is to whet their appetite. You're an appetite whetter. I can't stress this enough. You're just an appetite whetter. You're sifting through your contacts, whetting appetites. Okay? No matter how you make your initial contact, the concept is the same. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it in any of the other 6 processes or the 7 processes. You do it the same. You're an appetite whetter. Okay? Now, your job, though, is to become a great appetite whetter and not a good explainer. Your other job is to learn how to use the tools provided by 7kmetals and your master upline partner to answer questions. That comes from me. I'm your master upline partner. I'm not the upline to other people in the company. I'm your upline. I'm going to provide these things to y'all about every aspect of this network marketing. Also remember to keep it short and to the point. Leave visiting and catching up for a separate time. Do not end this conversation by visiting and catching up in a conversation. Everybody got that? Okay, I've included in your package, and I will include in this, it's not by me, but it's by Bob Schwartz, and I give him credit, and it's 10 tips on how to use your phone. I used these back when I was developing my system and doing my system. You see, that was in '99. When I got it, I shared it with everybody. But the reason is, I saw that the biggest obstacle in my process and my teams, and I had to teach people, it seemed like it was using the telephone. I mean, some people thought that was an elephant. They couldn't even pick the daggum thing up. And so, I want to let you understand that you're not trying to sell anything. You're trying to share the greatest opportunity in the world. And you must call or text or email. Now you have so many other ways to share this, and you can use my scripts on any of these techniques to share it with your link. And you all know I've given you a whole bunch of texts that I use, and I'll keep putting those out. The calling prospects, I want y'all to listen to this very carefully. Calling prospects, calling your sponsor, calling your upline leaders, and calling your downline leaders. Communication is the key to a very successful network marketing business. You should call your sponsor at least once a week, if it's only for 2 minutes. Just to say hello, how you doing, share something. If you got downline leaders, you should call them once a week. Just to touch base, say hello, share something. Ask them a question. Which opportunity call did they listen to, or did they listen to? How'd they like the webinar? Oh, I didn't make the webinar. You know, it was so great. Share something that you heard on a webinar. I mean, every week I hear something different. I mean, I really do. I've heard some testimonies just blow your mind lately. Okay? You must learn to pick up the phone and keep contact with your leaders, even if it's to say what's up. Not only training and follow up with your downline. Did you ever call that prospect back after you emailed them, or tested them with a video link, or sent them to your website? Remember, I tell you to make 5 touches a day? The reason I only want you to make 5 and I don't want you to make 10 is this. If you make 5 on Monday, you got 5 follow-up calls to make, don't you? You're going to make, and if they didn't watch the video, listen to the video, and anything else, you still got 5 more follow-up calls the next day from the first 5 contacts. And you're making 5 more touches the next day, now you got 10 follow-up calls. You make 5 more touches the next day, you got 15 follow-up calls. I want you to make 25 touches. 25 touches means if nobody ever watched anything, you didn't have one successful follow-up the whole week, you got 25 follow-up calls to make on Saturday. Now your follow-up calls only take a minute. That's all it should take. That's 25 minutes. I still keep you in the 5 to 10 hours a week, y'all. Okay, look, you know, I've got one other thing to kind of close us out tonight. I've got a lot of other scripts that I'm going to be sharing with y'all, and I'll be sharing the other 7 steps of sponsoring in the next thing. But these are all my scripts. I have taught some of these scripts here before. Okay, they're the same ones. These are the scripts I use, and all my scripts can be used for Texas. They can be used for Facebook posts, Instagram. They can be used for emails. And I'm going to give you some letter sponsoring, how you can send a letter. And I'm going to teach you my 7-step postcard system that I created way back in the first business that I did. Remember I told you, postcards is a touch system. Actual physical letters, some people like doing that. Some people feel that that's a better touch. Well, I have letters for you too. And they're just variations of the script, but kind of a little personalized. Okay? I will be providing those in subsequent training programs along with the material. Written. So you have it to refer by. And you have a true recipe to go build a great opportunity. Thank you for your time. I'll answer questions now. Yes, sir. Let's welcome Randy Hoover to our team. Great decision, Randy. Hey. Oh, okay, everybody, I almost forgot about this. Okay, remember September the 19th. 19th. We're going to have a potluck business dinner. So here. And so this week you'll be getting calls, or maybe y'all want them to sign up.
I want them to sign up.
Okay, want them to sign up. So, and then if you have people who are going to come that aren't here tonight, get with Pam and Sandra and kind of sign up for different things to bring. Once we get the amount of people that are going to be here, then we'll call you back and tell you the, right now we're going to plan on, how many people we got here tonight?
22.
So we had 26. So let's count on 50.
You gonna help me figure out what to do with this?
Well, I'm just saying, look, okay, if they tell you to bring chips, is that the thing you're bringing, then don't bring 1 bag of potato chips. Bring 3 bags of potato chips. The big, not the family size, the party size. That'd be enough, okay? If they tell you to bring rolls, don't bring a package of 12 rolls, you bring 50 rolls.
Go to Sam's or Costco.
Okay.
And get a bag of rolls.
Yeah, go to, the
Hey,
rolls.
this is spiral ham that's coming.
Now, we're going to handle the meat, we're going to handle, Pamela and I, we're going to handle, the meat, things like that. But we'll have, some of you bring soft drinks, so don't bring 1 2-liter bottle,
Okay.
You figure a 2-liter bottle for Bring about 10 of them. But you're going to have fine eating.
It's gonna be off the chain.
You're going to have fine eating. Okay? And that's a chance to bring a guest and show them the opportunity. I'll give it all back to you. I know which one. I'll put it all back together for you. I promise. I already know which one.
I'm just gonna do it for you. You've been so busy.
Nah. I want to try and keep mine in my book.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I
like
was
you.
Just, mine have that paper.
I know. Okay. Dwayne,
Very impressive.
the longer you
Very
wait,
impressive.
the longer you wait,
Very impressive.
somebody else could already been put under you.
We're gonna be in this weekend.
I know.
Very impressive.
I know.
Very impressive.
We're looking for you to join our team and come into our.
I always knew there's something about you.
All right,
I always knew. I always knew. I always knew.
Well,
You know how I gravitate towards you.
let's get this together.
I always knew.
I've been waiting 4 years for this.
You gonna come? Here. That's just not, is it, if you have some of them put out, just like salads and.
You people up early?
Yeah, get one of them more. And, how you doing, Alvin? I'm doing good.
Hey, how are you? Been okay today? Your name again? Oh, Dwayne Williams. I live in New Orleans, but I'm from here.
Where I get all the
Anywhere you go, I'll take it.
You're going to get them. I'm going to send them out.
That's
I'm going to send them out.
I can say
first cousins and second cousins.
Yep, that's yours. I actually sent all this here. No, you can't. I understand, but I sent here, Billy. I sent you an email. I sent you an email with these all attached to them right here, and it was more than this. It was each thing. It was each thing that I did tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
You don't have to give it back, I can print it again.
No.
Yeah, but mine's
I got it.
I want to get it to you.
Thank you. That one, thank you. I think that's the last one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate all that hard work.
Well, you got to do it. Somebody's got to do it.
did Sanders say Wayne? Oh, it's good. Very impressive. I told you, how many you got so far? They're all that's cool. Very and look, easy shit. What is the front? Easy.
Man, Bob, you are the dude, sir.
Oh, just give it a good hard try. That's all. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it.
Tell them and say,
It's gonna be a lot of
well,
fun.
look,
I mean, I've been around.
you see that picture right
Never got totally involved with it, but I learned a lot about what goes on.
Good.
Yeah, I have
So you
some friends. I got one friend.
there. So that's not good.
How many places you in there?
We worked as an assistant football coach. Well, full time, and then he's doing AL on the side. That dude in less than 20 years.
Well, we have that same opportunity here. Just have fun with it. Can't lose money in hospital. That's the greatest thing. Nobody can ever lose money.
I like it.
It's simple. Product is so good. It's great.
You know, even at insurance, I looked at, you had to get into so much.
I know. I looked at it too, and I think
You gotta take that.
it was too much work.
But I'll see you soon, and I'll be talking.
I definitely will.
My pleasure.
Just give me a call anytime if you need me. Oh, do I have your email address? I'll tell you what.
Oh, I'll tell you
This
what
is
I
my
got.
card.
I got a card.
Oh, good.
This is my son.
Okay, great. So it's got your email on it? Yeah. I'll add you to my distribution list of notice for the emails. Okay, I got you.
I got a personal one, I'll give it to you if you want.
Yeah, that'll be better.
Think about it.
Okay, wait, you put this down. She put me down for this, but I've also got justice classes.
Okay. Okay.
No, that's fine.
Green beans.
Yeah. That's my cell phone.
Okay, and I'll add you to the email. Okay? That's where I send out for the meeting. I send out this. Thank you. Looking forward to this. My pleasure.
Yeah.
You've got a trail, right? You got a trail through there? Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't think I can bring some.
Yes.
Yeah, the little one.
I was just showing him in '97 one. Good for you. Good for you.
Cognitive dissonance. I'm surprised you don't know that word.
Did you tell Sam which one you were saying?
Cognitive dissonance.
Okay, he's gonna bring drinks. So you can bring him four.
Yeah, that's
4 liters.
That's fine because I'm gonna have tea.
On April 11th, 2006, he sold it
All right.
for $12.66
what
an
about,
ounce and made over $1 billion on that one sale.
I'm gonna have paper plates in the other. What's that? Your
Now, was having silver a good investment?
I know. She always
This
comes with
proves
such pretty
what the
earrings.
rich people are doing it.
You're
So
just
we're
about
not-
shine in the dark.
That's
You're
what we're
beautiful.
teaching the average man to do with the rich people.
and I'll like throw that, or did you already tell Sandra what you?
Yes, she
What are you
did.
bringing?
I didn't like it.
She's bringing a fruit tray.
Like that, see that.
And listen, and you know what? David Bruce can bring a veggie tray and she's gonna bring a sandwich tray. And when I have the rest of the stuff we have, you can bring bread.
And I bring the spiral pan. Spiral pan.
Yes.
Which somebody might want to make sandwiches.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I told him to bring croissants, but you know, whatever bread he
Yeah.
gets.
It's not just saying,
Okay.
it's one of us that say it.
Yeah, no, then you got worried about cutting it. Also,
Whatever you bring.
potato salad, I think is gonna come, dessert's gonna come.
Hey, Bob. Good one, man. Good
There
one.
you go.
Yes, indeed.
Maryland,
Giving you step
I
by
know,
step.
man. I gotta get on it. Gotta get on it.
Maryland potato salad.
Good stuff, thank you, man.
Wait, come on.
Great.
You're fixing to have it all.
That's right.
Oh, look.
Doing good. You gotta get my new guy plugged in all this. Excited.
Yeah, I know. We just he knows it works because he knew somebody in AOL Williams.
Yep.
And,
All right.
he saw that it works, and
Thank
he
you
likes
for,
this.
thanks for working so hard to put this together. I appreciate it.
Oh, that's my job.
Hey.
It's my job for you.
It's gonna pay off, Bob. You know it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
pay off. You put a lot of effort in it. It's gonna do it. Randy, I'm ready anytime you are. Hey, I'm sorry, we didn't get a chance to
Randy,
visit.
hi, I'm Pamela.
We'll get together.
How are you doing?
We'll get together.
Reed? Yes, yes, yes. Right, I am. And we're glad to have you on board. This is so good. And your product is the best product. Everything else is like
Oh shoot, where'd it go?
Here, George.
There's a.
With its lightweight body, 265 cubic inch small block Chevy engine.
smaller. Not the big heavy hitters, the smaller.
I figured you might need them when you came.
My name's Andy. Hi, Randy. Randy and Andy. Pleasure meeting you, sir. Welcome to 7kmetals. Yeah, pretty much. 61. Yeah, one time. Home.
Randy, what was your last name?
Oh,
Yeah, like a brother.
Thank you, George.
Right, that's a good time. Andrew Bernard.
oh.
Bob, is there anybody that you want a name tag for that hasn't been coming to the meetings? Kids or anything?
Oh, yeah. You know, I forgot about that. Yeah, I sure did.
Just thought I would make that suggestion.
Where'd you get that thing?
Oh, yeah. This peanut butter cookie is driving me nuts.
That's it, you can make it taste good. Jambalaya.
Crawfish pie.
Good. Three leg gumbo. Bring my piano sink up a lot. Goodbye, Joe.
That'd be fun. Yeah, that would be fun.
right back there.